And that's kind of what I kind of view your program as building my customer base. Building the customer base, but also getting people to come in more often. And then, once I get that database built up, I try and focus on getting those people to come in more often or spend more money, But as far as getting new people in, kind of your program is kind of the main thing I do for that. Okay. As long as getting involved with the community, but,
And it's tough in a restaurant. I mean, you're trying to save, everything's expensive.
Yeah.
We're all homemade here, so takes a lot of staff to create the product, so you need a lot of volume. And yeah, it gets difficult.
What are some of the things you did this year that you think were key in helping you get through the toughest parts of this?
Cut out a lot of the menu. Just for the fact that everything's homemade, so many labor hours involved in it that simplified everything, cut it back as much as I could. I'd love to even cut it back more, but you got to think of the customer too,
Yeah.
Participating in the community and marketing goes hand in hand, right? I mean, anytime you are doing anything that is community related, you get your name out there, you're doing something for that cause, and you're also doing something for yourself, and that's what makes it so easy to do. We're a proud sponsor of Ferndale Athletics, Ferndale High School. We donate a lot of pizzas to their concessions during sporting events and stuff. They get to sell it and raise money for the school. But we get our brand out in front of a lot of visiting families. That's huge. As you know, we're very active on social media.
But what I realized is something very recently. In our stock offering, beyond using Facebook like we do for the selling food in the restaurants with you, we use YouTube pre-roll very aggressively. YouTube is the first exposure people have to our solution, to our product, to our campaign, right? Well, guess what device is getting 30% of the watches?
iPhone.
The television.
Television?
The television. The device is now the television.
That makes sense.
So like here in Seattle, I have a smart cable box, Xfinity's cable box, right? We routinely just watch stuff on YouTube through the cable box. YouTube programming is now 20, 30, 40-minute programs.
Oh, we watched something the other day, me and my son watched YouTube on the TV, but that's a huge number.
So it's now up to, literally 30% of our YouTube pre-roll views are coming from that, and we are now using it super aggressively to retarget. So when somebody shows an interest, we keep bringing back various bits of the story through that mechanism, and what we find is then guess what? They come back and respond to the Facebook ad.
Environment and vibe is a key part of the experience. I like, pillows and warm, inviting couches and lights. I think lighting is important, and I think decor creates an environment that you like to be in, and music, and and there's TVs, for the guys, and I think that it totally adds to your experience. That makes it more enjoyable.
Oh, it stuck out to me. I mean, because there's a lot of times you walk into I look at bathrooms.
Yeah, I do too.
I think bathrooms are a big missed opportunity.
Yeah.
In how people view them.
Yeah.
But also the opportunity for, I saw the lights that were in there that light up, and
it's attention to detail, and that even has to go into the bathroom.
So, I agree with you. Really great, kind of like one waffle at a time. So after Philly Market, what I started doing is do other neighborhood markets. So I would do the Hyde Park Market on Sunday, Wyoming on Tuesday, Northside on Wednesday. So pretty much every day of the week I had a farmer's market that was lined up. so I could get the brand known in the different communities. And then the goal was not to get into the restaurant business because I knew nothing about restaurants. So with my friend who was helping me build a hot food vending machine, we started assembling our own waffle irons.
Okay.
So we became a manufacturer, if you want, and then I would lease the waffle iron to coffee shop, restaurants, etc.
There are limited dollars out there. Businesses are closing left and right. So make sure that whatever you're doing, you're catering to the guest, you're making them feel appreciative of what they got going on, because people are not dining out right now. And when you get somebody to walk in the door, you better take care of them. Because if they have a bad experience, if the restaurant's not clean, if they don't feel safe, they're not going to come back. So we really got to be cognizant of the fact of what the guests want and how we're going to get them to come back in the door.
You want to know that you gained something from it. I always tell people, yeah, don't give out a buy one, get one free pizza. Don't give out a free appetizer unless you get something in return. In this case, now this example was a little too good because the program that they're using, which we use for them, worked a little too good. But you look at it and you say, okay, $254, 3 to 4 weeks of marketing, 1,705 email addresses, 1,482 birthdays, 1,467 phone. What happens is people are more inclined to give you a phone number than they are an email, or an email versus a phone number. So you can see that 2,500 people started on the front end, and some of them are still in there, but 1,700 took the easiest route, email, and then of those 1,700, 1,482 also gave a birthday, and 1,467 also gave a phone number. So there's an opportunity there to talk to around 1,500 people when you want.
And that's something that we have really tried to hone in on, and a barrier that we were fielding from our guests were parking. We just started a validation program at Ziegler Park, for a 2-hour validation. When you dine here, it's going to take some time to really get some legs under it, but people are taking advantage of it, which it tells us that more people are coming in than were before. But speaking to the weekends, it really, like, that family destination piece is certainly a big factor. People want to get out, they want to go to restaurants, and the ones that are operating with the COVID protocols, if they feel good, they'll continue to go back there. And that's been a comment that we've received is it feels good in here.
All the things that we portion control at the restaurant level, you can't control it on a buffet.
Oh, you got me with a big
spoon. So people are like, loading up, like, that would be like 6 tacos. They're like, I'm gonna run out of meat, And so anytime I'm at an event where, we're there and we're kind of keeping an eye on stuff, I'm always having like a panic attack that I'm gonna run out because people are just loading things up. But we always make sure we do 25% more food than, we're supposed to have.
Now I keep OpenTable, even though it's expensive, is for the trackability of it.
Yep.
So if someone comes in tonight, a great example, my really good regular's coming in tonight. I know he's coming in. I see the star next to his name. You open up the star, it says the notes that are detailed with the client. His is VIP. His is what table he likes. And then you read in all the journal notes, it's what does he like to eat, his favorite bottle of wine, things like that. So no matter, back to consistency, he comes in and we know what the guy wants. We know where he wants to sit. We know when his birthday is. We know things about his kids. For instance, I met someone, he told me that his son's going to Harvard. So it came in 6 months later, I clicked on the notes, and I said, are you the one your son's going to Harvard? He thought I was a magician.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's those little things behind the scenes. 51% of my guests here are regulars. So they pay my bills. They pay they pay all your overhead.
Because everybody says they have the best, everybody says they use gourmet quality, everybody does the same things. So, I mean, word of mouth does do a lot. You know, we pride ourselves, our sandwiches are all almost a half pound of meat in every sandwich. After the sandwich is done, weighs close to a pound. And by the way, we just use the highest quality ingredients. That's what differentiates us from the other sandwich chains or sub chains. And we feel we use the highest quality. We know we use the highest quality meat.
The stuff they put on there looks good if it was on a billboard. Looks good if it was on a TV commercial. But Facebook, people aren't going to stop and just look at something that's really pretty.
Right.
They want something that goes, oh my goodness, is that a giant, I mean, whatever it is. I mean, and they share it, they comment, they tag their friends.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize that, you know, because like you said, you were here before, I mean, you were probably the MySpace worlds.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. I just always wanted to, you know, it's like put your best foot forward. This is, yes, we can make you dippy eggs. I can make you an order of bacon. But look at what we can do. This is so good. You need to come try it. So most of the over-the-top stuff goes, and it gets the best reaction. So.
Go away, we'll figure it out ourselves. But to be honest, like, I'm very glad they reached out to us and we did it. Because like I said, it's been going pretty good and it's been helping. It has been helping. We've been selling some pizzas. No expression. We've been selling some pizzas on there. And that's what it's about. It's what we did it, sell pizzas.
Anything else you guys have done different the past 6-7 months that you would have ever thought you did?
That is, my dad's very, old school type of dude. So he didn't he still is like Uber Eats, but you know, it sells pizza and you gotta adapt, man, especially nowadays. You just can't stay still for too long. Like we're lucky we have a good product here, a unique product.
Yeah.
But even then, like people our age, like they don't like to call up and, you know, make a reservation or place an order. They just don't like to do it. They rather do it on their phone. And I understand it. I get it.
I got a better idea.
See, there we go. This is
ready?
This is what we're about. So.
It's called the money bag.
Okay.
I've actually got a video on it. We did it at Burrito Joe's in Cincinnati. What you're going to do is the same thing you talked about, but you're going to tell them when you share the post and you walk in the restaurant, from these times, pick a day that you need business at a time, you get to reach in the money bag. And the money bag is $500 cash. There's ones, there's 10s, there's 50s, there's 100.
Perfect, I like that.
And they'll come in. We've done it. Burrito Joe's is closed now. They closed because they're in downtown Cincinnati and all the COVID stuff. But when we did this, we would do it like every 4 or 5 months. And we would do it on a day that was traditionally bad for them, a Tuesday. And we would do it and we'd say, hey, come in 11 to 1 for lunch. And people would get so stoked and they'd be like, oh my gosh, if people came in and didn't have the email, they'd say, what are they doing? That's the money bag. Well, how do I get in there? You got to join our email list. And if you join our email list, you'll get notified when the next money bag day is. And sometimes we'd say, you know, we'll let you reach in anyways. And they join the email. But they would flip out.